Hey, it's time for a late video. Hello everyone and welcome back to WaverlyReads. So this is very late, it's December and I'm doing a September wrap up, like what? But the thing is, my channel is also like my organization when it comes to my reading. It helps me remember what I've read, when I've read it, what I thought and stuff like that. So this still needs to go up. So if you think it's really random that I'm uploading a September video, just keep in mind that this helps me too. So yeah, without further ado, this is my September wrap up. I read 7 books in September and I'm pretty proud of that. I mean, they're not exactly what I had in mind what I was going to read because I chose some pretty large books in September. Don't ever do that again. Just don't do it, Waverly. It's not worth it. You just pressure yourself too much. I don't have the books with me right now, so I can't like hold them up and say, here, this is what I read. So I'm putting pictures. Here's my other notebook. Where is it? Got it! So the first book I read in the month of September was Gongo by Gillian Flynn. I had a lot of mixed feelings about this book. It kind of put me in a small slump. I mean, it doesn't last long, but it put me off reading for a little bit. And it's not necessarily that it was a bad book. It was just a really slow read for me, and I don't enjoy that with books. When it comes to books, I don't enjoy books that make me slow down a lot. It got 3.5 stars out of 5. Because it was okay, it just wasn't the best read ever. Kind of annoyed me quite a bit as well, but there was plot twists in it and things that I did enjoy. There was just a lot that I didn't. The second book I read in September was Wings by April Pike. This was a reread from a childhood memory of mine and I loved it just as much, if not even more. It got 4.7 stars out of 5 and I think I was kind of upping my rating a bit just because of nostalgia, but I don't care. I freaking love the book and I want to read the rest of the series. I can't believe I never did that as a child. But it's an amazing book. If you haven't read it or heard about it, just go read it. And then the rest of the books that I read in the month was actually in the last week of the month for 2 reasons. 1, because of the slump I was put in from Gongo, and 2, because it was banned bookathon week. The rest of the books are actually books that have been essentially banned in some places, libraries, schools, stuff like that. So the first book I read in the banned bookathon was British Terabithia by Catherine Patterson. I just really wanted to read this because of the movie. I adored the movie so much. I mean, who doesn't? And I'm gonna have to say that for this particular situation, I enjoyed the movie better. The book wasn't bad, it was not necessarily good. It got 3.1 stars out of 5 and I read it in like less than a day because it's quite short. So it wasn't that bad, but could have been better. And what really put me off about the book was the lack of development. Like, in the movie there's a lot of character development, but in the book there just wasn't any. The second book was Clockwork Orange by Anthony Burgess, and I think I'm one of the few people that really did not like this book. It got 1.8 stars out of 5 for me. I listened to the audiobook, so maybe that took away from it a lot for me, but I don't know, I don't really remember anything about the book. I found myself bored the whole time, so that wasn't a good read for me. The book I read was Of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck, and this was obviously a reread. I did this in high school and I hated the book in high school because I read it so much. But rereading it and enjoying it, I actually found that I really liked it. It wasn't the best book in the world. It got 3.3 stars out of 5. The next book I read was Coraline by Neil Gaiman, and I really liked the book. I mean, I loved the movie. The book was amazing. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it was amazing. Once again, I read it on an audiobook, so I guess I wasn't getting the full effect of it. I mean, I know in the actual book there's pictures and stuff, and it had the book at the time, so. But I gave it a 3.6 stars out of 5, and I think that's a pretty generous rating for it. I mean, it's not the best story in the world. The writing quality didn't exactly give me enough picturing to imagine it, so maybe that's the reason. Then again, maybe that's why they had pictures in the book. I mean, I don't know. And the last book I read in the month of September is Looking for Alaska by John Green. This multiple times in the past, and I adore this book. I personally do really adore this book, like a lot. Not the best John Green book I've ever read, but it's still pretty high up there, and it got 4.3 stars out of 5. I haven't read this book, then go ahead. Even if you didn't like the 4 stars, it's on like a whole other level to the 4 stars, and it's an amazing read, and I think you should go and read it. Like, those are all the books that I read in the month of September. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Down below what you read in the month of September, October or November, whichever works for you. Subscribe if you haven't already. I make videos every now and then. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. My name is Waverly and now I'm off to make another video. Bye!